For decades, the whole conversation around fitness, especially for women, has been about one thing: getting smaller. It was all about endless cardio and sad low calorie diets, just trying to chase a number on a scale. But what if that's the wrong conversation? What if the goal isn't about losing something at all, but about gaining something way more powerful?
And that right there, that one idea, changes absolutely everything. It completely reframes exercise. It's no longer a punishment for what you ate, but a celebration of what your body can actually do. We're shifting the entire focus away from the pounds you can lose to the strength, the health, and the vitality you can build.
But to really embrace this new way of thinking, we first have to tear down the single biggest myth that has held so many women back from what might be the most effective kind of training there is. Come on, you've heard it, right? It's the number one fear whispered in locker rooms and all over the internet. This idea that if you pick up a weight heavier than, say, your handbag, you're going to accidentally wake up one day looking like a professional bodybuilder. Okay, let's just be perfectly clear. That fear, it's based on a total misunderstanding of how our bodies actually work. It's honestly one of the most stubborn and, frankly, most damaging myths in the entire fitness world. So let's look at the reality of it. Getting that bulky physique you see on stage, that is a full-time job. Seriously. It takes years of super specific, high-volume training and eating a massive amount of extra calories. For the vast, vast majority of women, strength training just builds a leaner, stronger, and more metabolically active body. And this leads us to a completely new way of thinking about our bodies. We really need to stop seeing muscle as just something for looks, a vanity project, and start seeing it for what it truly is, our organ of longevity. That's right, your muscle isn't just for picking things up. It's a command center. When you use your muscles, they release these powerful little molecules called myokines. Think of them like chemical text messages that your muscles send out to the rest of your body, regulating everything from inflammation to your metabolism. It's the only organ system you have total voluntary control over. Just think of it like this. Healthy muscle is your body's built-in defense system. It's like a sponge for blood sugar, it's a fat-burning engine that's running even when you're just sitting on the couch, and it's your own personal body armor, protecting you when you get sick or hurt. So this brings us to a really powerful new concept. We all know about lifespan, right? And we hear about health span. But maybe the most important thing to track is your muscle span. That's the period of your life where you have enough healthy muscle to stay active, to be resilient, and to be truly independent. It's what lets you carry your own groceries, play with her grandkids, and get yourself up from a chair without help when you're 80. So the science is totally clear. The benefits are undeniable. So why aren't more of us doing this? What is actually holding us back? This number is just staggering: 73%. The vast majority of people know they should be exercising, but they just aren't. And the reason? Well, it often has nothing to do with not having enough time or access to a gym. The barrier isn't really physical, it's mental. It's all about the stories we tell ourselves and the way we've been conditioned to think about the world around us.
Oof, this one hits hard, doesn't it? Our modern lives are basically engineered for comfort, but growth, and I mean physical and mental growth, it only happens when we step outside of that comfort zone. That feeling of discomfort in a challenging workout, that's not a sign to stop. That is the exact signal your body needs to get stronger.
So, how do we push past this mindset trap? Well, the good news is, getting started doesn't mean you have to completely overhaul your entire life. The solution is usually way, way simpler than we make it out to be. Just two. That's it. You don't need to live in the gym. Being consistent with just 2 effective workouts a week is more than enough to start creating profound changes in your body. So forget about all the complicated stuff. Just focus on showing up. The real goal is to simply challenge your muscles. And that doesn't always mean lifting heavier. It could just mean slowing down a movement or maybe adding one more repetition. You just need to push until you feel like you could only do 1 or 2 more reps with good form. That right there, that's the sweet spot for growth. But of course, exercise is only half of the equation. This one study showed it perfectly. So your 2 groups of women, right, both ate the exact same number of calories. The only difference? One group ate double the protein. The results were amazing. They lost more fat and had way better metabolic health. It just proves it's not only about how much you eat, but what you eat. Okay, let's make the nutrition part simple too.
Protein is literally the building blocks your body needs to repair and build stronger muscle. So just focus on your total for the day. Try to get a good chunk in your first meal, it helps with appetite, and another good chunk in your last meal to help with recovery overnight. And please, don't stress about timing it perfectly around your workout. Just get it in.
So let's bring all this together. We've busted the myths, we've laid out a simple plan, but it all really comes down to one final powerful shift in how we think about this. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 65 or 85. Your body is designed to adapt and get stronger at any age. And you don't need to wait for motivation to show up. Motivation comes after you start. All you have to do is take that first step, that next right action. This is the ultimate takeaway. Being strong isn't some luxury. It's not something you do only if you have extra time. It's a fundamental act of self-care. It's a responsibility you have to your future self. Building muscle is, quite literally, building a better, longer, and healthier life for yourself.